Hey y'all, I'm going to be doing a video response to the nigga with the tattoos video entitled "Why Do Black Women Get Mad When a Black Man Is with a White Woman?" And first off, shout out to you, the captain of the team, Half Son, and to the team. Um, Great topic, Captain. Great topic. I've actually had this conversation with so many black women over the years, and I've been criticized for for me not being mad because I don't get mad. I'm one of those black women who doesn't get mad when I see a black man with a white woman. It doesn't bother me. To me, that's that man's choice. But in talking to the black women that I've talked to, or just people in general, what I've heard being said, what I hear, basically, I'm gonna summarize it. I feel like the reason they get angry, truthfully, is either one of two reasons. It's out of ignorance or assumptions. Ignorance being that they don't know anything about either one of them, and they're making an assumption. So it's usually a combination of both, assuming things that you don't know. I don't think it's right, but I've been criticized because I don't get angry, which I find to be hilarious. I basically, I said everybody has their preferences. Like, I have a preference. My preference is black men, but I have dated all types of different races. Let me think. Yeah, I've dated white men. I've dated, believe it or not, I've dated a Korean. I've dated Hispanic. Dated a lot of Hispanics. I don't really, color is not really, you see color, obviously. Anyone that says, oh, I don't see your race, you see race, but it doesn't stop me. Like, basically for me, it's about a connection. It's about what I have in common, what I like. If I like that person, I like them. If they happen to be whatever race, that's what they are. My preference is black, but I'll date whatever. And I get criticized for that because people say, oh, you're selling out. I can't tell you, but I know that the shoe also applies. The shoe fits on the other side of on the spectrum as well, because when I was in a relationship with with white men, I cannot tell you the type of looks that I would get on both sides. I would get black men looking at me like I was the scum of the earth, that I was the biggest traitor in the world. They would even make comments to me when I'd be out in public with the white guy I was dating. And even white women. Oh, the white women hated me because, truthfully, the white guy I was with at that time was a very attractive white guy. He had himself together, he was stable. He had a lot going for himself, and he was a great catch. So white women were looking at me like, what the heck is she doing with him? Why does she feel like she deserves this guy? It didn't bother me or him at the time. So I do know people make their own, they got their own personal hangups and issues with it, but it doesn't faze me. I just feel like love is where you find it. Simple as that. And people have a right to have their preferences. But I think what happens too, with a lot of times with the black women who do get mad about that, is because some of those black men who date white women will come out later, and it's like this whole bashing thing, and it's like they feel like they have to explain why they're not with the black woman. So they come up with, oh, I'm not with them because they have attitudes, they have this, and this. And it may be their personal experiences, which they have a right to choose. But I think that part of it is probably what angers most black women who get angry, the ones that get angry. But it's like, for me personally, if I were to take just my collective experiences in my dating over the course of my life and be honest with myself, my best relationships were with white men. It wasn't because they were white. It's just that's how it turned out in my experiences. So if I was to be one of those kind of people who just looked at my personal experiences and determine what race I should date, I would never date black men if I would did that. And so I do feel like there are a lot of black men who do the same thing, the opposite of what I'm doing. They have negative experiences. Sometimes it's one, sometimes it's 2, 3, 4, however many it is. But if they're dating a black woman, and every time they're dating a black woman, they have the same kind of experiences, a lot of them just give up. And they just say, screw it, I'm not dating, I'm not messing with them no more. It's just that simple. And they date outside their race, and that's their choice. But I think that's the part that probably angers black women. I don't get it, because I still feel like at the end of the day, people have a right to their choices. And then why would you want somebody who doesn't want you anyway? If he's not messing with you, he doesn't, for whatever reason, whether you like the reason or not, that's his choice. Just like I have my preferences, and I feel like we all have a right to that. And I think women Black women need to kind of take that in mind and understand it and take notes. If there is a specific negative reason, if it's the so-called stereotype, then we need to check ourselves. I feel like nobody is above reproach and correction, and if the shoe fits, wear it and do better. You know what I'm saying? If you're not one of those black women, because I know how it feels as a black woman to be lumped into a stereotype. And every time I've dated somebody, particularly black men, I find myself always having to disprove the stereotype. Like, I am who I am, and I'm always going to be me. But, I run across a lot of black men who are like, there's no way you could be this cool. Like, there's no way you could be this chill, this down to earth, don't have attitude, not drama, not involved with drama. Just a whole lot of stereotypes that fit black women don't apply to me. And so the black men I come in contact with find that hard. It's like they have to really, really get to know me, and a lot of time has to go by before they really believe that I am authentically who I am. And when they find it out, they're just like, dang, you're not like the rest of them. That's just me. So I just think we, as black women, shouldn't be so offended all the time at everything. I understand some things can be painful, but I just feel like if it doesn't apply to you, just let it go. You know what I'm saying? Live your life and do what you got to do. But that's it.